All right, Shalom. Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachahak, Wadash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to you, sincere Ak, and pushing the word of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, in spirit and in truth. Coming back at you with another quick lesson. I'm the brother Hassad with Great Millstone Northwest. And, I was talking with some beloved brothers yesterday, and the topic of pretty much, you know, uh, death, um, and what happens afterwards, which we know, you go to the spirit world, but I like to say it transitioning, all right, because really there's no such thing as death. Yahweh Shai conquered death for the nation of Israel, all right. So we don't die. We simply, transition from, our spirit that is transitions from this body into, our spiritual bodies that we have in the spirit world. All right. And then through the process of reincarnation, you are reincarnated back, all right, through your father's lineage back here on the earth. So that topic had came up. And one thing I had said was, you know, um, based upon what I'm about to read here in Second Maccabees, the 7th chapter, I made a connection through the Spirit with Luke, um, the book of Luke 16, going into the parable of Lazarus, because I said that uh, Esau not having a resurrection to life equals, um, the great gulf, all right, because it mentions a great gulf being fixed between Lazarus and the rich man, which Lazarus represents the nation of Israel, and the rich man represents Esau, Edom. Okay, not what Nate is trying to sell. All right, not that breakdown, that botched breakdown that he's trying to sell the idiots that believe it. All right, that rich man is referring to Esau, Edom, or in particular the elites of Esau, Edom. All right, the elite banking families. Okay, starting with Meyer Amschel Bauer, aka Rothschild. All right, the Rothschilds. He had a couple sons. He had 5 sons that he set up over various countries in Europe to start that banking dynasty. All right, which that has carried on to present day, to where you got the Rothschilds that control finances. All right, but the correlation that I made, I'm through the Spirit explain it. So starting here with Second Maccabees 7 in verse 14, it says, and this is going into the 7 brethren that were put to death for keeping the customs of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right. It says, I'm going to start at 13. It says, so when this man was dead also, they tormented and mangled the fourth in like manner. So when he was ready to die, he said thus, it is good, being put to death by men, to look for hope from the Most High, to be raised up again by him. As for thee, thou shalt have no resurrection to life. Afterward they brought the fifth also, and mangled him. Okay. Real quick, let me see. Real quick, let me grab this here and let me see. This is Second Maccabees 7 and 14. This is the same scripture in the GNT. It says verse 13. It says, after he had died, the soldiers tormented the fourth one in the same cruel way, but his final words were, I am glad to die at your hands, because we have the assurance that the Most High will raise us from death, but there will be no resurrection to life for you, Antiochus. All right, so this was an Israelite that was talking to Antiochus, which is an Edomite, which was an Edomite, and told him that there's no resurrection to life for you. All right, being an Edomite, but for your race, period. Okay. For the race of Esau, Edom, period, there's not going to be any resurrection to life. All right, which is why it was stated via Yahushua in Luke 16 that there's a great gulf fixed betwixt the rich man and Lazarus. All right, because once Esau serves his 1,000 years of slavery, all right, according to what it says, his root, the precept talks about that pretty much his root is going to be rooted out of the earth. All right. So the bloodline, the seed of Esau Edom is going to cease to exist after they serve their purpose, which is captivity, and and ultimately get totally eviscerated. All right, from off the planet. Okay, so now let me grab this parable. Okay, give me a second. All right, so as we see here, Luke 16, I'm going to read it in NLT. I'm going to start at verse 19. It says, Yahushua said, there was a certain rich man who was splendidly clothed in purple and fine linen, and who lived each day in luxury. All right, is that not the elites? All right, the individuals that control the finances, they're able to steer the minds of the people through propaganda and pretty much control. They control everything. All right, look at the so-called royal family in London. All right, which there's nothing royal about them. They're peasants. All right. However, you can look at them and see that they live in splendor and in luxury on a daily basis. Man, they got butlers and maids. People that tend to them. They're every beck and call, whatever they gonna want. You know what I'm saying? They get they get it. They get it from whoever, whatever they want, they can get. All right. So that's living in luxury, man. Okay. It says, at his gate lay a poor man named Lazarus, who was covered with sores. All right, now it tells you that in Deuteronomy 28 that the heathen would get up above us in this captivity. All right, and you see that the heathen have become more successful here in Babylon Great than the average so-called Negro. There was that poll or study that was taken, about a month or two ago, where it has stated that the people who are on the bottom of the food chain as far as income, who receives the least amount of money, was so-called Negroes. Was dead last as far as who receives the most money here in Babylon the Great, as far as income, annual income. All right, all three tribes, are I wouldn't say all three tribes, but you had Judah, so-called American Negro. You had Gad, all right, so-called Native American Indian, and you had the Latinos, all right, or Mexicans, the tribe of Issachar that was in the last three spots as far as the lowest earners annually here in America. Meanwhile, you know, you got heathens that ain't been here, East Indians earning the most, and you got Russians and you know Italians and heathens that don't even belong in this land. Filipinos, all right, people that don't even belong in this land. Making more money than the people that was either brought here against their will or the first to inhabit this land. Okay, and that's just shows you that the dogs. All right, okay. Well, I was gonna get to it. But let me read verse 20 again. It says, "At his gate lay a poor man named Lazarus, who was covered with sores." All right, so Lazarus represents the nation of Israel. All right, unlike what Bishop Nate was trying to say. All right, talking about, oh, that represents the poor and destitute or whatever verbiage he used. The bums, pretty much. All right, that Lazarus represents the nation of Israel as a whole. Okay, because no matter how prosperous a nigga think he can get, Esau will quickly show you that you ain't shit in his eyes. According to the Constitution, we're worth 3/5 of a human being. So that in itself shows you that we as a nation, all right, or that poor man, Lazarus, all right, covered with sores, meaning hey, here in this captivity, we all jacked up, man. All right, we're under the curses, pretty much. Those sores represent being under the curses. All right. It says, and as Lazarus lay there, longing for scraps from the rich man's table, the dogs would come and lick his open sores. Okay, so you got these heathens that get over on Jake time and time again. Okay, they follow suit after Esau, and have their way. All right, look at Moab and Ammon, with these Chinese restaurants, these so-called corner stores. The Arabs. All these different nations, the Gabayim, all right, can have some type of business that caters to, the exploitation of so-called Negroes, Latinos, and North American Indians, all right, getting over hand and fist, and it's perfectly legal, okay, but as soon as Jake try to just start a business and just work for himself, the shit never goes right. Okay? So that's them, these nations getting over on us is them licking Lazarus open sores, all right? Getting over on the nation of Israel. It says, finally, the poor man died and was carried by the angels to be with Abraham. The rich man also died and was buried, all right? So the scriptures tell you that all go on to one place. Matter of fact, let me grab that real quick. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 19. It says, "For that which befalleth the sons of men befalleth beasts." All right. "Even one thing befalleth them. As the one dieth, so dieth the other. Yea, they have all one breath, so that a man hath no preeminence above a beast, for all is vanity." Okay, the same way Animals die and we die too. You know, you got one breath, meaning you know you your breathing is continual. You know what I'm saying? You inhale, exhale, exhale. But if you go too long of a duration without uh, inhaling or exhaling, you could that's it. That breath is done away with, and you call back up to the spirit world. All right, same with because a man we ain't nothing but a creature, meaning creation. Just like animals and aquatic animals, sea animals. You know, we are created by Yahweh Shem Yahushua as well. We're creatures. Okay, we're just a more intelligent species. Okay, so to say. Verse 20 it says, all go unto one place, all are of the dust, and all turn to dust again. Okay, because when you die, your spirit, for according to the scriptures, the spirit of man goes back to the spirit world. Okay, but the spirit of the beast, stays in the earth. All right. And it goes into it in verse 21. It says, who knoweth the spirit of man that goeth upward, and the spirit of the beast that goeth downward to the earth. All right, because animals are in their natural element, their natural state, their natural mind, so to say. So they don't have to go back before the Heavenly Father to be judged according to them doing some wickedness, in transgression, so to say, and got to get judged before receive their judgment and then sent back down to the earth to act that judgment out, live that judgment out. They don't have to go through that process, but the spirit of man does. Okay. So once again, verse 21, it says, who knoweth the spirit of man that goeth upward, and the spirit of the beast that goeth downward to the earth? It says, wherefore I perceive that there is nothing better than that a man should rejoice in his own works, for this is his portion, for who shall bring him to see what shall be after him. All right. So that's why these elites, are fighting tooth and nail to not want to, have to die and be immortals, because they don't know what's going to come next. All right. They paint the picture that, oh, we know the future and so on and so forth. Well, if they knew the future, then they would get in line with what the scriptures say. All right. But showing you that they don't have understanding, all right, complete understanding of what's to come next, which is why they're trying to formulate and bring about their own world, all right, which is fashioned after the image of the beast, all right, which is a system that we see pretty much gaining more and more traction, all right, being that MOTB, all right, that CHIP is what's being pushed in the forefront, pushed to the forefront as the new normal. Okay, but continuing this here in Luke 16 verse 24, 23 again, it says, and his soul went to the place of the dead. There in torment he saw Abraham in the far distance with Lazarus at his side. All right, so when there's that transition of power, being that Israel is going to take over, okay, you're going to have Esau hella upset that his ass is in slavery, and we're going to be maxing and relaxing. All right, we're going to be chilling. The nation of Israel, we're going to be chilling. Okay, we're going to be in our power, in our glory, in a holy, righteous habitation. All right, in our right frame of mind. Okay, completely perfect. Not able to be corrupted by evil spirits. Okay, we're gonna be superhumans. All right, we're gonna be angels in the flesh. All right. So this is Sirach 10:8, and because of that, Esau is gonna be pissed off, man. You know, Sirach 10:8, it says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. Okay. So Esau, through his, you know, through his blessing, he was able to, you know, acquire the earth, which the Lord gave Esau that blessing, and he's the one that, according to Job 9:24, you know, gave the earth into the hand of the wicked. Okay, so the Lord is the one who allowed Esau to come up in power, and, you know, establish his dominance in the earth, all to fulfill his will, all right, and serve the purpose that the Lord want him to serve. All right. So going back, so the kingdom is going to be translated from Esau to Jacob. All right. So being that I said that, let me grab this here in second Ezra. So like, yeah. All right. Second Ezra 6 and 9. It says I'll start at 8. It says so like 7. It says, then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times, or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? Okay, so when is going to be the end of this road and the beginning of the kingdom of heaven, the road to come? All right. It says, and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. All right, because when you go back into the two children, all right, being born, all right, the twins, Jacob and Esau, our forefather, Jacob, his hand was holding Esau's heel. Okay, representing that, you know, at the end we was gonna, you know, pull Esau out of power. All right. It says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. All right. It says, the hand of man is betwixt the heel and the hand. Other questions Ezra asked thou not. Now, real quick, let me grab this in the GNT to get some edification. Second Ezra, chapter 6, verse 9. It says, Esau represents, and this is in the GNT, Second Ezra 6:9 says, Esau represents the end of this age, and Jacob represents the beginning of the new age. So the real NWO is going to be with Israelites in rulership. It says, so if Jacob's hand is the beginning and Esau's heel is the end, do not try to find a space in between. So when Esau goes down, all right, when Babylon the Great is hit with the, you know, the ICBMs and destroyed via nuclear fire, ain't gonna be another Edomite tribe or Edomite country to come up into power for a period of time and be in rulership. All right, that's not gonna happen. Okay, right when the missiles hit, it's a wrap for Esau. Okay, and you're gonna have Israel in power. Okay, you're gonna have the Israelites in power. Jumping back here in Luke 16, and it reads verse 23 again. It says, and his soul went to the place of the dead. There in torment he saw Abraham in the far distance with Lazarus at his side. The rich man shouted, "Father Abraham, have some pity. Send Lazarus over here to dip the tip of his finger in water and cool my tongue. I am in anguish in these flames." All right. So pretty much, the anguish and the the torments and so on and so forth, and Esau wanting that pity is because of the hardcore captivity that they're going to be forced to endure. All right. Because Edomites are not built to weather the sun, man. They can't be in the sun. They can't go to the beach and just bask in the sun without peeling. All right, like a bad paint job, over that wasn't, a car that wasn't primered, it just got painted, and then years down the line, the paint starts peeling, the paint chips and all that. That's what Esau's. They're not built for adversity like we are, like the Israelites are. Okay, that's why throughout captivity, all right, rigorous hardcore slavery, Jacob was still able to prosper, all right, and maintain and endure. Okay, so that's that anguish that Esau is gonna be in, being that so it's gonna be a trading of places, man. All right, especially these lofty, upscale Edomites that think they all delicate. No, you just weak and feeble. All right, you ain't delicate. All right, and you're gonna see how weak and feeble you is when we have your ass in captivity. Okay, especially these elites. These elites they ain't worked a day in their life, man. Okay. Verse 26, and this is the point. It says, "And besides, there is a great chasm separating us. No one can cross over to you from here, and no one can cross over to us from there." All right, so that goes back to Jacob and Esau being born. All right, two manner of people shall be separated from our bowels. Let's not forget that. All right, the Lord said that there was two manner. These, despite them being twins, those twins they're completely different, and they're gonna grow into two separate nations. All right, one nation that the Lord don't give two shits about, and one that He chose and that He loves. All right, that He's gonna chasten as a son because He loves them. The Lord loves the nation of Israel. All right, which is why we're going through our hell, captivity, chastisement for the elect. All right, our brothers as brothers be of that number. All right. So in the KJV, it mentions a gulf. All right. So pretty much it's a wedge between the nation of Israel and the nation of Edom. So when the brother, the fourth brother that got put to death in the Maccabees, Second Maccabees 7:14, him saying that directly to Antiochus that there's not going to be any resurrection to life for him was because he's an Edomite, and salvation is not promised to the nation of Esau, Edom. All right, the nation of Edom, in the Bible dictionary, is mentioned as a nation which the Lord is not going to have any mercy on. All right, so that's why that great gulf or that chasm, that's separating Israel from Esau is equivalent or equal to them having no resurrection to life. All right, simply meaning after you serve captivity, it's a wrap. Your bloodline is going to be done away with. All right, the bloodline of Esau, Edom is going to be done away with in the earth. All right, so Lord willing, that was edifying. Till next time, I say shalom.